Dizem que os escritores ingleses se dividem em dois grupos, ou dois campos. Os que gostam de futebol e os que gostam de cricket. Os que gostam de futebol, pendendo um pouco para a esquerda, os que gostam de cricket, mais para a direita. Stoppard prefere o cricket. Mas na sua peça, A Costa da Utopia, ele não retrata os ideais socialistas do personagem principal, Alexander Herzen, com antipatia. E ele escreveu que concorda com algumas falas do personagem Max, da sua peça Rock and Roll, um velho e desencantado comunista que ainda mantém a fé socialista. Minha pergunta é se Stoppard pode ainda começar a gostar de futebol.
You know, that's a really interesting theory, and I promise you I've never heard it before. It is very well known, in a sense, that I like cricket. And I used to play cricket, and when I was young, I would be asked about this or that, and you know, the fact that I liked cricket would come out. That was a long time ago, and I lost interest in cricket, really, to a large extent, and I certainly lost interest in playing it, because it just became physically uncomfortable to do anything like that for more than 2 hours, and cricket can go on for a long time. So how did that question end up?
When you wrote The Coast of Utopia, you're not entirely unsympathetic to socialist ideals.
Oh.
And you wrote that Max,
Yes, well, I think that you've actually done me a favor here by making it clear that to define oneself politically is, I think, a second-level act of definition. I personally have always felt that political issues resolve themselves into moral issues, and I think that as individuals, we are moral beings on a more valid, important, foundational level than the level on which we are political animals. I've written somewhere before that I have an essentially conservative temperament. I know that to be the case, and I'm aware also that it is partly instinctive in me and partly a kind of conditioning. If you arrive as a kind of refugee saved by an English marriage, brought to England, one feels a sense of gratitude to the status quo in the country which adopted you. And the country to which I might have returned in 1948, or 46, and then becoming 47, 48, and so on, would have been a totalitarian communist dictatorship. And I guess when my father died, I guess maybe my mother and my brother and myself would have gone back to that. And in my 20s, I began to be perceived as politically unreliable from the left perspective, because it used to infuriate me that all around me there were my contemporaries demonstrating against what they thought of as censorship or some kind of repression. And I was aware of what was happening in Eastern Europe, and they should have been aware. And frankly, they didn't know they'd been born, if one is going to worry about repression and so on. So yeah, I wasn't sold on the Great Revolution of 1968. Not in the country of my adoption, no.
Okay.
What, you mean you're right-wing too?